Hi, it's Steve here from Good Childs. I'm down at Frank Baines Saddlery in Walsall with my best mate, Garry. How long has the business been going, mate?
The business was started by my dad in 1980, so that's 44 years coming up this year. We make all sorts of bespoke saddles. We've won lots of competitions for Saddle Maker of the Year. We export all around the world. We export to about 100 different countries. We've got saddle fitters all across America, all across Holland, but we've won several awards as well for training schemes where we're getting young people and apprentices into the industry, because the industry is a very old industry. So we want people from the local community to come into the town, learn about saddlery, and we'll teach them, so it'll continue through.
Walsall is the main area for saddle
And
making.
Walsall is the main area. It has been for going back to the Second World War. Walsall was the main place to making all the saddles for the First and Second World War, because it was on the route down to the coast. There was thousands and thousands of saddles being made back in the early 1900s.
I've seen footage on that, and there's 150 women all at sewing machines stitching.
And obviously the industry's got a little bit smaller as generations have gone on, and we get a little bit more automated, better sewing machines and things like that. But we've got 35 staff now here doing saddle making, cutting, tree making. We make cartridge bags and gun slips and lots of stirrup leathers and girths.
Anything to do with leather.
Anything to do with leather.
Saddlery makes it.
That's right, yeah. There's a saddle called the Elegance and the Pirouette, which was one of the very first ones that we made for, believe it or not, an Olympic rider who lives in Cheshire back in 1982, 83. So that model's still a current model that is now. It fits and it works really well with the horse, because it ain't just about making saddles. We make saddles to fit the horse, and then the rider can customise it into doing what they want to do.
With the advent of the internet and all the rest of it,
it's
Build My Baines now, in it, where you can make your own saddle.
We created an online build your own Baines saddle. So you go on the internet and you look up Build My Baines, and you can create your own saddle and see it before it actually goes into production. All the different colours and stitch lines and everything's there. So we try and be quite innovative about what we do.
Tell me a little bit about how your dad started it.
The company that my dad was working for ended up ceasing trading, and my dad was approached by this guy, and he come to us and said, "Can you make some saddles?" And we hadn't got no money at the time to do anything like that. But this guy come over and he said, "Frank, I'll buy everything that you'll make for the foreseeable future." And from that day to this, touch wood, we ain't looked back.
From acorns, oak trees grow.
Yeah. There are 4 or 5 different types of saddle that are out there in the market. There's a dressage, a jumping saddle, a general purpose saddle, an endurance saddle, and then the racing saddles. The racing saddles are a very bespoke market, and they're very small and very fine. Whereas the dressage saddles that we produce, it's for the upper end of market people, where there's big competition people. And then we've got a show jumping saddle, which we've just designed a new one there, which is looking very European in its look, because our main market, like I say, is exporting.
What's the secret to the success then of Frank Baines?
Quality. We absolutely strive on all the best quality materials. We employ, well, I feel like we employ a really good quality of staff that are very consistent and conscious about what they do. We try and look after the staff as best we can. And we've just started to redesign a new collection, which is called the Artisan collection. Artisan being all handcrafted, and which is the next generation of saddles coming forward. We just keep investing back into the company to make things bigger and better. And
talk to me a little bit about your new venture, Coleman Baines.
Coleman Baines come about in 2019. Coleman being my sister Victoria. We both run Frank Baines Saddlery, and we started looking at some other country sports. So we looked at shooting accessories. So we do cartridge bags, gun slips, and by starting into that business, me being me, I've just gone straight to the big manufacturer of guns in London, and now we produce a lot of gun slips and cartridge bags for the bespoke gun makers of London.
On the same token, there's the bespoke side of that as well.
Oh yeah.
So you've got the bespoke side to the saddles, and you've tapped into
yeah.
the bespoke side.
And the bespoke side to the gun slips and cartridge bags. We're starting to use all sorts of other materials for the shooting people. They're not real ostrich and crocodile, but they're a printed version of that texture of skin. But the gun slips and the cartridge bags are really proving very popular now. People want just that little bit something different.
Why Walsall?
Going back to the days like Sheffield with the steel and the potteries with the potteries, it was an area that just become very popular with the thoroughfare of saddles being made here to get down to the coast for the Second World and the First World War.
Is Walsall still a good place to start to do business from?
It's a good place. One, it's central in the country. It's a good place for getting down to the M6, the M5, all the infrastructure's there for people to get to us. We've got Birmingham Airport, which we fly people in regular. The distribution centre from here is good as well, regardless of what you're selling. It could be nuts and bolts, or it could be saddles. The distribution from this area to get all around the world is a really key point.
For me, I would say it's the biggest spectrum of manufacturers that you've got here, with us being the Black Country.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
you've got all the suppliers of all the little bits and pieces on your doorstep that you need.
We've got people that supply us with the wood for the trees that make the saddles. The trees, the base of the saddle that we produce on, and then the leather people are also not too far away, moving from here down to Northampton area. Everything that you need is on your doorstep, really. The football team's called the Saddlers as well. They ain't got none of our saddles, but I'm sure we could put one in there for some marketing.
Thanks a lot, mate, for all your efforts and
No problem, you're welcome.
trading in Walsall as you do.